Thank you. Thank you very much. I live for that. Sad thing is, I really do. I am chained to an oar on the galley ship of my own irony. Well, let's see who ate it and who fed it this week. Somewhere in heaven today, Bob Haldeman is keeping God away from Richard Nixon. Did you see the funeral? Actually quite touching, wasn't it? I have to say, I admire Nixon's tenacity, the fact he never quit. I just think the guy was so utterly human, he turned out to be fascinating to us. See, the old gang was there. Some things never change, huh? G. Gordon Liddy burned his hand at the memorial candlelight vigil, and that was moments before the former president was laid to rest. Al Haig took control of the eulogy. So, see, I'm being haunted by Tricky Dicky spirits right now. See that in honor of Nixon's memory, the dessert special in the Senate cafeteria all this week was impeached cobbler. So, wow, pretty quick to go to the whip, huh? Like Pavlov's dogs. You see Clinton at the funeral? Just didn't quite fill the silhouette like the former presidents, did he, huh? You know, out of the five, Clinton was definitely the Stu Sutcliffe president, wasn't he? You see, this is why I think I have trouble respecting Clinton, because he's the first president to come from my generation. You know, I look at other presidents, and they look older, and I assume wiser for no other reason than time logged on the pebble. But, you know, I look at Clinton, and I think, wow, that's the guy who used to tap the keg, you know. Oh, well, that was sincere. That was sincere. Oh, well, funeral's over, back to the living. But first, I see where Dan Quayle said on Thursday that he's ready to get back into politics. Thank you, God. You know, Dan Quayle was the Rosetta Stone of contemporary American comedy. I also heard this week that a 25th anniversary Woodstock concert is being planned. People, there's some bad Prozac going around the stage. You think Madonna will be at Woodstock? Or is she just over? I think Madonna's over, huh? You see her? Yeah. You see her on Letterman? You know, Madonna fears Letterman like Valentino feared the talkies. He had no voice and she has no substance. You see, she's not real architecture. She's painted on the side of a real building. She's tramploy. You know, Madonna is Madonna because she's the only person on the planet who needed to be Madonna that badly. Fame is a quirky little beast, isn't it, my friends? Huh? As you know, we advertised that we were going to have Brett Butler here tonight from Grace Under Fire to talk about fame, but she had previously turned down a discussion of the same topic with Maria Shriver, so she had to cancel because, quite frankly, she can't upset Maria Shriver because Maria Shriver isn't just Maria Shriver anymore, but a wing that's been added onto the Fame Museum called Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, it's so weird to see a former friend get famous and sink into the publicity spin swamp. There they are, drinking champagne, posing for headshots, signing autographs, accepting a People's Choice Award, when suddenly, glurb, they disappear into the celebrity quicksand where you can't see them anymore until they pop up on E as the owner of the new Steubenville, Ohio Planet Hollywood. You know, thank you. Sorry, Brett, like Rickles, I do it from love. You know, I hate to get off on a rant here, but what is it that lifts one person out of the anonymous muck and into the national Klieg lights? It used to be that you actually had to do something to become famous. Win a war, kill a dragon, right a wrong. Now what? You'll be famous if all you do is neglect your child to the point where she can tumble down a drain pipe. You'll be famous if you poke the local Drew Barrymore wannabe in the work bay of the Levittown, Long Island Blueberama. You'll be famous if you opt to have your boss's main competitor whacked in the knee with a pipe. Does anybody remember when the famous fat man was Churchill, not some huge inbred Jabba the Hutt guy who thinks he's a fucking spy? You know, Sean Eckhart's head is emptier than an Oktoberfest in downtown Miami. You know, when I look up at our cultural Mount Rushmore, I feel like Phil Collins watching Anne Reinking sing Against All Odds at the Oscars. It is insane. And here's the ultimate insanity. Two starstruck parents of a pre-adolescent proudly packed their son off for long weekends at the Neverland Ranch, even though the only thing they know about their child's 35-year-old confirmed bachelor host is that when he's not having elective facial surgery, he's grabbing his crotch more frequently than Lenny Dykstra in mid-August. What? What were they thinking? Well, I'll tell you what they were thinking. They were thinking the most famous person in the world is on the other side of that door, and if my child is the skeleton key that unlocks that door, well, then so be it. And you know something? That is incredibly sick, and we'll be talking to those parents right after this. Stop it! Stop it! Hit the bat chute. Stop it. You see, that's how it happens. These people aren't worthy of our attention. Those parents were stargazing morons, and the man they were stargazing at is one of the 5 weirdest people on the planet Earth, and the other 4 are his brothers. And you know something? While we're on the subject, why do I even know Tito Jackson's name, for Christ's sake? Think about it. I say Tito Jackson, and you say, yeah, I know him. What about him? And I say, exactly. What about Tito Jackson? You know, the irony of Andy Warhol's statement is that many of our present-day celebrities can't even fill the 15, folks, and we don't seem to mind. Why is that? Why is this country so quick with adulation for the banal, yet so begrudging with respect for the truly consequential? We live in a culture where you can see the word zeitgeist pop up in a Vanity Fair article about Tory spelling, you know? All I can figure is that so many of us feel so anonymous, so powerless, and so insignificant that we howl and yelp at the mere hint of notoriety like dogs watching the moon rise in the night sky. Hey, forget the guy who saved the kid in the fire. When's Madonna going to reveal her new look? Will the doctor with a cure for cancer please sit the fuck down? Here comes Marla Maples. You know, let's be... Thank you. Let's be honest here. Does anyone really believe that Marla Maples can entertain in any meaningful way? Does anyone think Marla Maples could even get extra work on a Spanish soap opera if her husband wasn't some low-rent Charles Foster Kane? Of course, this is not to demean Marla Maples. Celebrity isn't easy. Not every silver cloud is a Rolls Royce. There are always some people who just don't like you. You get on the cover of People magazine, and 2 years later, you see it in the dentist's office with your teeth blacked out. You try your best to be your best, and you finally make it to Broadway. Then you step out onto a subway platform, and there's a big poster with your picture on it, and some kid has drawn a dick and balls on your chin. Look, in the... Look, in the penumbra between absolute obscurity and worldwide renown, there exists a shadow region filled with seething horde of pan-flashers, egotists, dime store magicians, and Holiday Inn cover bands hoping for a big slice of the adulation quiche. And while most of us are content to rubberneck the carnage on the berm of the road, too many people are desperately striving to actually be the car wreck, and I'm not sure we should feel compelled to recognize them. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But I want to know, thank you. Thank you. I want to know what you think, though, America. Call me right now, live at 1-800-LACTOSE, and we'll talk about it. My guest this evening is currently in the belly of the famed beast. He recently soared to the head of the comedy pact with his hit movie Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and he's got a big new film coming out June 29th called The Mask. Through it all, he has not deviated one iota from his brilliantly peculiar personal style of comedy. I couldn't be happier for anybody's success. Joining us live from Breckenridge, Colorado, one of the true good guys, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. Howdy, Jim.
Blow me, Dennis. Kiss my hairy ass.
So has fame affected you now? Jimmy, your head's on fire.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm hungry right now. I'm supposed to be having a sandwich delivered here sometime in the near future!
So fame hasn't
No, I
really
don't
gotten
think so.
to you too much, has it, Jim?
No.
Hasn't changed you at all?
What do you mean?
Just want to compliment you on the nice decorations on that tree behind you there, babe.
By the way, Dennis,
Yes.
my name is no longer Jim Carrey. I've changed that now.
Oh.
Yeah, I just felt at this point it was a little too accessible. And so I've decided to, like Prince, find a symbol for myself that basically defines me.
Uh-huh.
And this is what I've come up with. This is my new name now.
Now, if we wanted to call you that,
Ka-ching.
How's that pronounced?
Ka-ching. Like the cash register.
All right.
So I'd appreciate it if you'd use that from now on.
Now, ka-ching.
Yes.
So the haircut, babe. You look like Lindsay Krause in House of Games. What's
Hold on a second. I have to go get my reference book.
Oh.
Look up House of Games, quickly. No, this isn't, a lot of people think I'm doing this for a part or something, but the chip tooth and the hair right now is basically just one of the many disguises that one must use when one has become, I'd hate to say the voice of a generation, but certainly a cultural icon.
Uh-huh.
You see, fame, Dennis, is it's interesting because it's no good, you know, if you lose sight of what's important. And that's what, am I supposed, where's my fucking sandwich? Can I have the fucking sandwich? Well, I'm on fucking national television. I'm supposed to have I'm fucking starving to death. Oh, well, bring it over here. Bring it over here! Bring it! Bring! Excuse me, Dennis. What's your name?
Miles.
Miles. Well, Miles, obviously you didn't read the rider in my contract that specifically states that I am to be served no sandwich without a side of Dijon fucking mustard! Come here. I'm gonna strangle you now. And don't you dare defend yourself! Don't defend yourself.
Take him out, ka-ching! Yeah. Beautiful ka-ching.
You see, Dennis?
Yeah?
You just can't let that kind of thing go, man.
All right.
You know, because they will screw you, you know?
I swear, it looks like
You're
Letterman
jealous.
the early years.
And I know who they are,
We got
too.
a phone call we got to take, ka-ching. It's from line 2. It's Carrie in St. Paul, Minnesota. Carrie, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, ka-ching. How you doing? I was just wondering, have you ever taken any martial arts, and how did you get so flexible?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I called you.
Nice to know some things don't change, ka-ching. Sorry, what was your question again, Carrie? We missed it, babe.
Okay, I was wondering if
riffing,
you ever
dude.
took any martial arts, and how he got so flexible. Also, I like his last name, Carey.
Is that your name, too?
Yes, it is.
Are we related in some way?
No, it's my first name.
First of all, my body is a private thing, and I don't discuss it. What I do with it, what I use it for. I can kill. I have the power. I'm teaching the children how to kill now. That's my quest.
All right, Kaching.
Like Michael Jackson, I'm going the other way. I want to teach them how to kill, not peace, because they have to ride the bus. Don't you understand?
Yeah, well, you got to have a cause. Line one, Dave in San Antonio. Dave, you're on with Kaching.
Dennis, I'm really glad to see you back. I thought political satire was dead. Yo, Kaching.
Yeah.
I realize that the road's a hell of a grind, but when you go get back on it, the only way to really appreciate a true talent is in person. Sure like to see you out there.
You know you have a special wisdom about you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Any compliment I can get, you know me, I'll suck it up just as much as anybody else.
Well, I will be back on the road as soon as these, I get these 5 or 6 films out of the way.
Now, Jimmy, have you met any famous people since you've gotten so hot? You've been
You know what's
running?
amazing?
Yeah.
It's amazing at the level of acceptance I've gained within the Hollywood upper echelon. They've really opened their arms to me. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of friends before this happened, and they bore me now. So, it's just nice to know that there's people out there that understand what makes a star click, And so my new friends, like George Hamilton, can understand my inner turmoil and what I'm going through right now. It's just nice. It's nice. It's really nice to know that underneath that leathery, sun lamp-induced tan, there's somebody I can relate to.
All right. Well, listen, Jim, happy you took some time out of your schedule tonight. We know how busy you are. You are the man, and we appreciate you stopping and talking to us. We have to go now. We're going to send you out a gift. We've got a robe for you from the Arsenio Hall show. And
Cool.
I want you
The old
to
one's worn out.
get back there and referee the second half of that basketball game.
Thanks, and congratulations on your show, too.
All right.
Hey, whatever happens,
Yeah.
keep your head on straight.
All right. Jim Carrey, folks. Ka-ching. Ka-ching. Okay. What did we learn from our little presentation this evening? Well, we learned that Jim Carrey should be permanently hooked up to a Thorazine IV. But beyond that, we also learned that celebrity is something that hits people as unpredictably as a tornado or webbed feet. Yeah, that's what celebrity is. It's like a deformity that you get paid for. Some people gain riches and fame beyond belief, while the rest of humanity stays mired in an unrelenting anonymity. Life's just unfair. Oh, fuck it. Who wants pie? Thank you. Thank you. I forgot to tell you last week, the big screen music is by Henry Rollins. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Hank. Well, the #1 box office hit in America for the 5th week in a row, 4 Presidents and a Funeral. Hey, President Clinton eyes a pigeon moments before snapping it up and stuffing it down his capacious gullet. Dodging innuendo can make a man powerful hungry, Hop Sing. You mean Massengill makes a disposable douche? Senate wannabe Oliver North is seen here with the Cliff Notes to the United States Constitution. You broke my heart, Fredo. You broke my heart. Secretary of State Warren Christopher greeted Russian Foreign Minister Andrei Kozyrev. Incidentally, that guy in the background's name is Vitaly Churkin. We'd hate to rob him of his moment in the sun. For Christ's sake, look at the guy. He's got his sleeve rolled up. Hey, all I said was you're a good-looking chick reporter. What, that's harassment? House Minority Whip Newt Gingrich holds up the entire Republican crime bill, which reads, "Kill them all and let God sort them out." Hey, I thought it was tomorrow we wear the skins. Boris Yeltsin is seen here with magazine editor Lev Gushin, who helped with the Russian president's recently published memoirs by transcribing Yeltsin's notes from the many thousands of cocktail napkins that they were written on. Israel leads 7-zip. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And did you ever notice when they sell hot dogs in packages of 8, but hot dog buns in packages of 10? What the hell's that all about? Lychee Brazi sleeps with the sushi. Chinese President Xi Jinping explains to Canadian Governor Ray Nadeau how high the Chinese have to pile the bullshit to hide their human rights record. It's, yeah. Ultranationalist leader Vladimir Zhirinovsky demanded a crackdown in the underworld in the former Soviet Union this week. The Russian mafia is similar to its Italian counterpart, but uses different terminology. For instance, when an informant has been killed, he is said to be standing in line with the fishes. During earthquake drills in Los Angeles, school children are taught to drop, cover, and hold, which is actually the same advice they give the women at the Capitol building when Senator Bob Packwood strolls by. You see? You see, it's a chicken, guys. What's it taste like? Well, it's good. It tastes kind of like dog. Look, boys, it's nice you take the time to dress up and stuff, but the war is over. You lost. Now get back to Talladega and change some fucking racing tires, okay? Let it go. Eric Estrada is back, and ESPN3's got him. Well, boxing promoter Don King and Spanish-speaking welterweight Julio Cesar Chavez held a press conference this week, and nobody understood a goddamn word either of them said. See, they're talking about Pierce Brosnan as the next James Bond. Come on, we all know only 2 people can play James Bond, Sean Connery and Martina Navratilova. Okay, who's had a song ripped off by Michael Bolton? Yeah. Well, Dennis Miller Live premiered on HBO. I'll get you, you little bastards. After 30 years, Pink Floyd's back on the road again. You know, they're now just called Floyd. And the Oakland A's this week celebrated Chronic Masturbators Day at the old ball yard. Hey, folks, join us next week. We'll be talking sports with Bob Costas. Guess what, folks? That's the news, and I am out of here. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.